Nasser has talked about the global impact of Islam. Today here we're talking about the impact of Islam in America, if we're able to assimilate. So in America, a young Muslim American immigrant couple from Yemen headed to the hospital as they were expecting their second child. Their first son was born, the first American citizen in their family, also known as the anchor baby. Before that ever happened, the couple sacrificed everything they knew, to the extent of leaving their firstborn child in Yemen with the mother's mother to care for him. The literal sacrifice of flesh and blood for the pursuit of American happiness. Upon arrival, the family settled in Brooklyn, New York, and began their new life of liberty. Jabber Sr. worked in grocery stores, as many Yemenites do today, if you have gone into the local bodegas. And the mother, solo, lonely at home, not knowing any English, raising her kid. The parents' youths passed by to pursue the American dream, and they began to reap the fruits of their labor. Their son grew up in the melting pot, exposed to the beauty of a diverse America, and the opportunities it provided him by ways of his parents' sacrifices. His best friend, a young Irish-American boy by the name of Andrew Higgins, who came from an unstable household. They were the closest friends. Andrew would ask left and right about his friend's odd practices at home, and vice versa. Circling back to his mother, confused as to why Andrew would ask all these questions, the mother would ask, he would ask, why didn't we ever observe Christmas or Hanukkah or Easter or Halloween? And the mother responded, my darling, we are Muslim. We have a different set of practices, and we are in a land that is not ours. We are foreign here, and we have to respect and understand their practices, and we have to hold strong to ours so that we can give them the opportunity to accept and understand us. The son was 8 years old. He had no idea what the fuck he was doing. Conflicted, the boy grew up with a few social circles, made up of different ethnicities. He had the fresh off the boat crew, he had his white friends, and then he had his Arab crew. Exposed to all of this, he was in a societal whirlwind, but embraced it all. All was good in the world. As he grew up, relatively confused on the Muslim American identity, he always sought to learn his place in America. His freshman year in high school, he joined the Junior Reserves Officer Training Corps, JROTC, to see what the military was about. And his second week on the lawn of Fort Hamilton High School, in his JROTC military uniform during training, the high school of 5,000 plus students scrambled, yelling, crying, cursing. The boy confused as to what was going on, eager to know what was happening. And as he was waiting on the lawn, as instructed by his trainer, the Yemeni security guard came and escorted the boy to a room filled with fellow Arabs and Muslims. The planes went through the towers. If you took a photo of that boy dressed in the military uniform on 9/11, that is the picture of every Muslim American today. Everything the boy knew about America shattered. The hate came out. The stories that attacked his faith. His people, his existence, all in question. The parents of his friends scolded him, so much that a former Soviet admirer spit at him and simply told him, fucking Taliban. The kid's response, what the fuck did I do? Which resonates with every Muslim American today. For 16 years, his identity was attacked and in question, externally and internally. His natural actions always second-guessed, in public, in his neighborhood, and of course, the airports. Terrorist jokes hurled at him, and played along, and he played along to not verify the stereotypes of frustrated and upset Arabs and Muslims. Stories from his siblings and parents about the attacks on their identities and their appearance. It was a waterfall. But one thing kept them strong, their identity, their Islam. The story is nothing new. Think back to the past and present stories of the Native Americans, the Africans, the Irish, the Italians, the Catholics, the Protestants, the Japanese, the Jews, the colors, the LGBTQ community, all who identify themselves as Americans. And this willingness to continuously identify as American amid American institutions pushing them back and away, just to maintain their identity as American. An identity that holds false prerequisite of assimilation for acceptance, rather acceptance as assimilation. As the Muslim American identity is dissected under a flying microscope in the free world, many Muslims wonder why they're attacked. Some understand that it's simply our turn in the course of American history. It is these moments that define which direction we as Americans move toward. And as history always has shown, regardless of what has occurred, we will remain Americans at heart, just with different palettes of faith. Thank you.